Alrighty lads, today I'm going to be going over my top 10,000 chase team. So if you didn't see the last episode, I started this team in round 2, so I didn't make it for round 1, and the idea being seeing if I can start around late and finish in the top 10,000 overall ranks. So round 2 is completed, and I'm currently sitting at 151,960th overall, so only about 140,000 ranks to go. It wasn't the hottest start with just 917 points, where the top sort of 10,000 teams were averaging in around 950, 960 kind of score. The main point here being I missed out on Knights players, which I sort of opted not to go with just because of their early buy, and it's definitely come back to bite me so far, but I'll probably have to stick strong with that strategy. It's a bit too late to be jumping on them now, but yeah, so the round rank score was 27,000, so I'm definitely going to need to improve on that. So yeah, I think I'll just go over each player, my thoughts on each player, and what trades I'm looking at making this week. So we'll start with Connor Watson. He has started the season really hot. 2 tries last week, 90 points. He is locked and loaded in my hooker position, and he will not be moving from there for a very long time, hopefully. Payne Haas will be my captain this week. He is just on something else at the moment. Two scores in the 80s, offloading like prime Tavita Pangai Jr., and until he shows us that he's going to stop doing that, then I have no issue, or I have no reason not to captain Payne Haas, especially with Cleary playing the Storm, where, you know, who knows if Cleary can perform in that game. Like, it just feels like another game where he'll probably end up somewhere in the 60s, and I just think Haas's ceiling is a lot higher this week, but that's this week only. Terrell May, candidate for captaincy as well, but I'm not going to be going there. I think Haas, you know, he's got 2 scores in the 80s. May's got 2 scores in the 70s, so I'm just going to, sort of roll with that until we see otherwise. And if you see that differently, drop a comment. I'd love to hear your reasoning. Into Corey Horsburgh, he's been solid as, scoring way above his break even, so he is going to be locked and loaded as well. Hopefully plays about 55 minutes this week. That'll be nice. John Bateman started in round 1 with a 57, I think, and then now just a 39. But once again, the Cowboys kind of got, it's tough for him to get those attacking stats when he's just defending all game, and his team's not playing very well at the moment, and he has to look out for his half Tom Duffy constantly. But I'll be sticking strong with John Bateman. I bought him for a reason, and I know he's got potential to be, a fringe keeper, and I'm definitely going to give him probably up until the round 7 bye, and then reassess what I'm going to be doing with him there. Nafahu White, so Lenu and Radley are back this week. He's still starting at prop, but I think he will probably, his minutes will get reduced by 5 to 10 minutes minimum. Hopefully nothing more than that, but I still will be starting him. His break even's very low, and he still has the potential to score 35 to 45 points, I would say. And yeah, not worried about him at the moment. Nathan Cleary, he's rule number 1. You own Cleary and you don't really worry about what he scores. That's what I would say. He started the season with 2, not so good scores, but you didn't buy him for these scores. You bought him for his big ones, which historic stats prove that they always do come, and it may not come this week, but their games past the Storm are looking like games where Cleary could easily pick up an 80, 90, 100 point score. Jamie Humphries, what a performance from him again. 72 points, kicked the winning field goal. This guy is going to be nailed in my starting 17, and yeah, he's just it's been like having he's almost better than Galvin was at the start of last year. Um, we could see his scores even out a little bit. He may chuck up a few low 40s, but that would still be totally okay. But yeah, locked into my side there. Toya, shown that he can put up a solid score, even, 38 points in a win, I guess, but had a little bit more of a quiet game this week, but definitely very solid numbers. He did end the game on about, I think he was on 26 or something, and then he updated to 38 overnight, which was nice. But yeah, I can't see myself benching him for Iongi at the moment. Roosters do seem like they're in a bit better form than the Eels, so yeah, I'll be going with Toya. Shibasaki, they're playing the Cowboys this week. He's on Purdue's side, so I think that just I'll be giving him one more shot at putting up a good score. I see no reason to trade him yet. His break even's still low, and yeah, I just think the Cowboys aren't going to turn it around in 1 week. I think he'll have some attacking opportunities there. Tamale, solid as you get at the moment. A little bit dodgy in the first half against the Broncos. Didn't score too well, but picked up a try and a try-saving turnover tackle for 9 points. And I think his base is going to be solid enough to start for the time being. But yeah, I see him outscoring Ayongi at the moment, so I've got him in the wing fullback slot there. And then my two Titans, Campbell and Brimson, just looked like they were sort of, first game back, they were a bit rusty. In the second half, it seemed like they'd shaken off a bit of the rust, but I think coming into this week, they're playing Newcastle. I think there'll definitely be opportunities there. Like Newcastle have been pretty strong on attack, but on defence, they're still going to be giving up some opportunities. So I have no worries about starting either of them. Just give them a little bit more time before I think about actually jumping off. But I can't. I'm my outlook on these two players is that they will be in my team for a long time. Mamazalis, very nice score of 59 points. Did play the 80 minutes. I can't see that happening unless there's injuries in the team, which there was last week. But I still see him scoring in the mid-30s, hopefully, and I'll be starting him on my bench this week. Tom Gilbert, just a 43-pointer in this one. You may have been expecting a few more points, but round one was probably, a bit of a false sense of what you're going to get from him. But for me, I'm just expecting anywhere in the 40s from him, and that's completely fine at this point in the season, so I'll be starting him. Same goes for Seyfarth. I'm just expecting, low 40s from him probably. If he can just get a few more decent carries, I think he can crack a score in the 50s if he gets a couple of tackle breaks or something. And the Tigers are playing fairly well, so he could scrape a little try here or there. Playing the Dolphins, so definitely an opportunity there. I've got Lockie Hubner suspended, so I'll be holding him and using him as a looper. Gashevsky, 12 points. I did not start him, I believe. No, he was in slot 21, so I'll be looping him. So my loop here, it'll be Jack Cole plays first, and if he scores, say, 35 or more, I will just swap Duffy for Gashevsky, and I will probably just take Cole's score. If he scores badly, I will put Gashevsky here, and if he scores badly, then I will move Iongi into slot 4 for Hubner. So I'm sort of choosing. It's nice this week. I can sort of choose between these three guys, which score I take, and then basically Tom Duffy. If I'm not going to be taking Cole's score, then I do not need Duffy for a loop, so I'll be trading him to Stafford Toa. So that's the one trade I have on the cards this week. I have just enough money to do that, and so if I do that, probably the plan will be starting Toa over Ayongi, but that'll be a fairly tight call. We'll just have to see when we get to Saturday. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at doing. And if you have any ideas of trades that are screaming out to you that you think I've missed, let me know. But yeah, that's what we're going for this week, and hopefully I'll aim for overall rank of 130,000 at the end of the round. So let's see how that goes.